Oh my gosh, I am sleeping so much better and on a regular basis. That doesn't count the nights we go out dancing and we come home at 1 a.m.
Hi, everyone. I'm Anna Manuel. I am the co host of Transform Table Talk alongside Dr. Maggie Yu. Today, got a really great interview for you with Evelyn. She was dealing with so many problems for the last 20 years, and she wasn't able to get the help she needed, despite she has a bachelor's degree in health and a master's in nutrition. She had been helping other people try to meet their goals, but yet her health was declining at the same time. What was she dealing with? Well, where did we begin? Insomnia, not able to sleep at all. Heart palpitations, where she felt like her heart was pounding out of her chest. Extreme anxiety to the point where she wasn't able to do simple things with her children. And then the digestive issues. It was so bad, she thought she was having reactions to every single food she ate. It was forcing her to not be able to really leave her house to go out to eat and do the things that she loved doing with her family. Well, now that she has joined the program and graduated from the program, I can't wait for you to see how she's doing now. And as a bonus, you'll want to hear what's happened to her entire family. This program has not only changed her life, but it's changed their lives as well. So let's meet Evelyn. Evelyn, would you introduce yourself?
Hey, I'm Evelyn, and I am a wife to a really wonderful guy, and I have two grown sons, Adam and Aaron.
And you have been many things throughout your life, and you were just telling me a fun fact.
I was a drummer in a punk rock band, in several punk rock bands in the New York City area for many years.
Okay, you're way too cool for me. I can already tell that. So you have this background in music and you have really lived a fun life, it sounds like. You
Yeah.
also have a background in nutrition, right?
Yeah, I just fell in love with nutrition and the power of nutrition and went to school and got a degree and, helped other people along the way.
Unfortunately, though, as you were helping other people, your health started to decline. It was about mid 30s, would you say, that the problems really started creeping up?
Yeah, it seems like 37, the magic number. I'll never forget it. I started just that year having issues and started off with anxiety and hot flashes, going into insomnia, and the list just keeps going on.
We're talking about over 20 years now of dealing with insomnia to the point where if you got 5 hours a night, it was a good night.
There were stretches of different times where I would sleep 2 or 4 hours, like for months, and then, sleep a little bit better. But it's, really hard because it's not enough sleep. So I
Oh,
was kind of zombied out.
your other health was starting to really crumble around you. You were saying your heart was racing. Tell me what that was like.
Just heart palpitations, for so many years, and nobody could figure out how to help me with that. I would lay down in bed and try to sleep, but my heart was pounding out of my chest, and it's like, well, who can sleep like that? Sometimes I would sleep sitting up, because once I laid down, the heart palpitations was just more pronounced. So I would just kind of sleep sitting up. It was like pretty crazy.
And as a mother of two boys, I'm sure you needed to have energy. You
Yeah.
were, a working woman, a wife, a mother. How did you do it?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I was just like, I'm Wonder Woman or something. How can I? But the thing was, I was wired and tired. Like I was wired all day. Like I was wired. I tried to, all right, I got 4 hours of sleep last night. Let me see if I can lay down and, get like a few minutes of sleep during the day. Nothing, just completely on. It's like I couldn't shut down. I couldn't shut down my mind. I couldn't shut down my body to kind of just calm down.
Hi, I'm Maggie UMD, and I'm a functional and holistic medicine physician and the creator of the Transform and Transform protocol. If you're interested in learning what are the root causes of all chronic disease, go ahead and click the link in the description where I have a power pack 30-minute training that goes over what are the 5 pillars of Transform. Go ahead, click the link, and I'll see you in that training.
And yet, describe to me what the anxiety then was like as you would go through your day.
The anxiety had physical symptoms, the hot flashing, or the palpitations, but they also had a huge mental component where I would start thinking not so great things. Like I would think the worst. My mind would go to the worst. Oh my gosh, what if I get into an accident? In the middle of the night, I would wake up. Did I drive safe today? Like it was crazy.
Was it so debilitating that it was stopping you or hindering you from doing things that you wanted to do other than work, like with your
Absolutely.
family? Tell me about
Absolutely.
that.
Going to concerts and like it's just stuff that we loved. My husband and I loved to do, going to concerts, going out to eat. And then when I had that whole everything just after anxiety and heart palpitation and all that, as time just went on, just other things started to get worse, like arthritis and joint pain. And
Okay.
so I didn't want to go out to eat because everything bothered me. And it was
You
just,
started having food sensitivities, you think?
yes, a lot.
Okay. So
Yeah.
tell me about, so you were connecting what you were eating to the joint pain?
Yes. Oh,
Okay.
yes.
But you could never quite pinpoint what the problem foods were?
I could. And
That
they were everything.
was everything.
It was everything. And little did I know, right? What Dr. Maggie taught us was your digestion sucks. It's you're not allergic to everything. And once I started working on my digestion, things got a lot better.
Okay, so the joint pain on the worst days, how bad would you rate it on a scale of 1 to 10?
I would get up and my joints, like different parts of my body would hurt. My hands would hurt, my shoulders would hurt. So when I'm trying to do my yoga, I couldn't even do my yoga because I'm like, ow, ow, ow. My shoulders hurt. It was chronic. It was all the
All
time.
the time. A
Yeah.
low grade, constant pain.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, constantly. We're starting to accumulate problems, it sounds like, throughout the years.
Mhm.
And now we've got digestive problems as well.
Ugh.
Were you dealing with constipation, gas, bloating? What was going on?
Yeah, just, trying to download a ton of magnesium at night to just try to have a bowel movement the next day. And that was my way of trying to have a bowel movement every day. And in the program, we learned so much more than that, with the digestive enzymes and all the little specialty supplements that she recommends really has helped. I've been out of balance for so long. I need the extra help.
Yes, you have a background in health. You have a background in nutrition. Not only were you a nutrition counselor, but you also have a bachelor's in natural health. So
Mhm.
you really had quite the education coming into this program,
Yes.
but yet, unfortunately, it wasn't enough. It's so interesting to me. Would you rate the quality of education that Dr. Maggie provides compared to what you learned in a traditional setting?
Oh my gosh. It's like, why didn't I find her sooner? It's like amazing. But I love having that background because I understand what she's saying and she puts it together. I'm like, yeah, I can do digestive enzymes. But when she talks about the polyphasic ones, and to really address all phases, like those are the little nuances that really put me over the other side. Traditional education is okay, everybody takes, like for example, the digestive enzymes. Okay, everybody take some HCl or take this. She really goes down into the more detail into a better digestive enzyme because I was taking digestive enzymes.
And it
They
wasn't
didn't work as well as the
working.
polyphasic that she talks about. So
Wow.
just different things like that. I found that she has these nuances that really, really, because I came in the program knowing a lot more than most people because not everybody's trained in natural health and nutrition, not even doctors and doctors even. So I came in the program having some knowledge, but what she really taught me was all of that little nuances of, fine tuning that iron level. And we really should be up to 80 to 100 in our vitamin D. I was shooting
No one ever talks about that.
I was shooting for 60 because that's what all the functional docs kind of teach. And then she just kicks it up another notch, and that's what really helped me.
Now that you've been out of the program for some time, I want to hear, how is everything going? How's the insomnia?
Oh my gosh, I am sleeping so much better and on a regular basis. That doesn't count the nights we go out dancing and we come home at 1 a.m. Right, that's on me.
Right, right.
But I can do that now. I'm not so freaked out about not sleeping now. So that if that night I sleep 6 hours, I'm good with it, because I know the next night I'm going to sleep 8 hours. Like,
You can get 8 hours of sleep now easily.
I can get 8 hours of sleep. I'm not kidding you. That's
Evelyn, would you have dreamed of this because you dealt with insomnia for decades?
hmm Last time I slept this good was before I had kids.
I can relate to that, being a parent myself. So,
I'm
yeah,
amazed. I'm just amazed at this program. And the blood sugar piece was so important for me.
okay,
And then reducing the hormones that the doctors put me on that was jacking up my hormones.
okay,
And that's
let's
Dr.
talk about
Maggie
it.
always says, some of the most imbalanced people she knows are people on hormones.
You were
And
one
it's
of them.
true.
So let's talk about it. You were on bioidentical hormones.
Bioidentical hormones. And I tried acupuncture and things like that, but that is so not sustainable, to do acupuncture all the time. And those herbs were nice, but they didn't, I don't know, they didn't fix the problem. I mean, I fixed my problem with blood sugar balance with food and then some key supplements to help that.
even with your background in nutrition, it really didn't dawn on you to focus on blood sugar balance because nobody else is talking about it.
What that looks like when I was learning was very different than what Dr. Maggie teaches.
Mm.
3 meals a day and no snack before bedtime. Are you kidding?
That was a big one.
Absolutely not. So that looked different with what some people thought blood sugar, how to balance your blood sugar. She teaches something very differently, and it is effective and it works because I've tried it all. I mean, I was on all the diets at the same time. Like I was looking for answers and I wasn't getting the answers in restrictive diets. Have more fat, have more protein. I definitely was missing the fiber piece, definitely fat, fiber, protein. And that's when the hormones started detoxing better because I was having more frequent bowel movements, good bowel movements. I know, people don't like to talk about poop, but we have to. And, it's so funny because I gained some weight and Dr. Maggie says, yeah, that's because your hormones are just hanging out right here. You need to continue to, to do all these things. And she recommended some key supplements for that, which worked tremendously. And I lost 5 pounds already. So I know it's working. I trust her. Right. And I said, she knows what she's talking about, Evelyn, trust her. Cause I have my doubts. I'm like, I'm gaining weight. This is not a good plan, And sure enough, as I was detoxifying the hormones and reducing the progesterone, it had to go somewhere. And since my liver and my colon weren't really optimal, I had to keep working on that. And now I'm losing the weight.
I want to hear a little bit more about the hormone piece for you.
Well, it's so funny because one doctor put me on these high amounts of hormones, high estrogen patch, and then the high progesterone because I was still having hot flashes. So higher hormones,
More.
And it's like, I'm just not feeling good. My heart feels like it's pounding. And I had another doctor give me 50 milligrams of injectable testosterone.
Oh, wow.
For libido. And that, oh my gosh, I thought I was going to die. So I fired her in 3 weeks. Oh my gosh. It was like, I was so wired. Like I was bouncing off the wall. Like it was horrible. And this is a hormone expert. They are hormone experts. That's who I went to, a hormone expert. My doctor, my gynecologist, she never checked my testosterone levels.
Wow.
She only checked progesterone and estrogen. Never checked EHEA, never checked any of that. Cortisol, none of that. But I mean, I know that's not her field, but she never checked my testosterone.
But so it sounds like though, even those that were prescribing you the hormones weren't going back and rechecking to make sure that, okay, the levels are good now, they're balanced. No. And also telling me the symptoms weren't improving. And in fact, it sounds like things were getting worse as they were, giving you more and more.
Yeah, they were. There was just, my body just didn't know what to do with all that.
Yeah, of course not. So what was the breaking point for you and how did you come across the Transform program?
I am so grateful for social media because, I go online and I listen to different doctors and see what they have to say. I'm always trying to learn. And sure enough, I got ads for Dr. Maggie's program. And I'm like, those people are doing a good job because this is exactly what I need. So, and like everybody else, I just watched her videos and just, just followed her around for a couple of months and said, you know what, this sounds really good. I mean, I've heard it all, I've heard it all. And she's giving me something new, something different that makes a lot of sense to me. And that's where I said, I got to do this.
And so did you have any hesitation about joining?
Oh yeah. I thought it's too good to be true. Let me see. Is this for real?
So you finally just had to decide to take the leap of faith?
Yeah. I just kind of had faith. I said, okay, I'm going to do this. I spent so much money trying to get well. I've spent so much money trying to help my mom. I've spent so much money trying to help my kid. And I thought, this is like a 3-for-1. This is a no-brainer,
Yeah, you haven't mentioned it yet, but you met just now your mother and your son. I know your mom has dementia and you have a son with autism who lives with you. And so both of them, you're taking care of both of them and you're looking for ways, of course, to improve and optimize their health as well.
Absolutely. I mean, we run a house the same way. Like we all do this about blood sugar balancing and, getting our levels in a good place and eating that fat, fiber, and protein. Everybody's doing it in the house. Not so much my husband, but
He'll get on board eventually. What kinds of changes have you seen with your son?
So with my son, better sleep and the anxiety piece is better. The depression, like I could just see everything kind of better in him. Like all of those pieces are better.
What do you think made the difference for him?
Getting the right supplement right. So I'm teaching him what Dr. Maggie teaches us. And he's on board with it, because he does feel better. And the whole piece with it, doing the hormone testing and seeing his cortisol so high. So we kind of address that with how Dr. Maggie taught us how to do that. The blood sugar I know is an issue. He has eczema, on his eyes and his arms. So we did the food sensitivity testing and that helped. And it really helped because it's so funny. Mom, I don't know if this is helping. Is this helping? I'm like, well, let's give you bananas today. So we gave him bananas just yesterday. And today he woke up with puffy eyes. I'm like, I don't think you can eat bananas.
There you go.
It's a real thing. I said,
You have the data finally.
I mean, come on. We were thinking, okay, no gluten, no dairy. I get that. But bananas?
You would have never figured that out before, truly.
My mom too. We did the test for my mom and she had huge allergy to dairy. I'm like, well, now you're having coconut milk in your tea. Sorry. It's inflammation, right? Like if you're eating that stuff and your body's responding, that's inflammation. And she's got brain inflammation. So last thing I want to do is give her food that's going to cause more inflammation.
And so what's her journey then been like with dementia? And have you noticed an impact of the things that you've been able to implement on her health?
I think the most is stopping the cognitive decline. I think that's where we're at right now because she had enough cognitive decline. Like she can sit down and read a whole book, and now she's kind of shying away from that for that concentration. But I'm amazed at how we have really have slowed that decline. And nutrition and blood sugar balance and all of that stuff makes such a difference.
And you would directly connect it to changes that you have implemented based on the Transform program in her life.
I think it's a huge part. It's a huge piece. I've been working on this before I joined the program, so I kind of had a head start. Mm-hmm. But with Dr. Maggie's program, I was able to really understand the blood sugar piece and the brain health and all of that. Sleep. My mom's taking melatonin now for the sleep and it helps her so much. Just all of those pieces to give her a better quality of life.
You mentioned you spent so much money previously trying to do all of the things and get well. And of course, this is an investment, but I'm curious, how would you quantify here the investment of the Transform program for your life?
I just told my husband the other day, it was worth every single penny. It is worth every single penny because he sees it too. He's like, wow, I'm getting up and she's still sleeping, things like that. It's like, he sees it. He sees it.
So you're telling me you now get more sleep than your husband?
I think I do. I'm doing so much better. I have more to do. And I know it's like with the detoxing, the hormones, and I'm on a really good track with that.
Yeah. How about your joint pain? How's your joint pain doing?
I feel great, right? So my thing is that I'm able to add a few more things to my diet as I'm fixing my digestion. See, and this is not an overnight fix. And people have to understand, I've been sick for 20 years.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get all better in 2 months.
No.
Like, it is a journey and it is learning and applying and really sticking with the program. And I know when I don't do a good job at balancing my blood sugar in a day because I don't sleep as good.
But you know how to fix it also.
I know how to fix it.
So everything, it sounds like the digestion has gotten a lot better. You're not you're not as chronically constipated.
So my digestion got a lot better and I am able to add more foods to my diet, like foods that I thought like garbanzos, and then Allie, the nutritionist, showed me little tricks like, well, soak them for 2 days instead of just 1 day. That'll even make them more digestible and put some kombu in there and throw out the water. Like you learn so many tips that help. It's like, wow, I can have garbanzos again. I love garbanzos.
Yeah, people don't realize that in addition to getting to work with Dr. Maggie, you do get to work with a functional nutritionist. Yeah. And I'm curious, you yourself having a background in nutrition, tell us what that's like working with a functional nutritionist in this program.
Yeah. Well, I always feel that I can always learn from other people. And I love the help that I've gotten in that class. But she helps everybody and she gives great tips. Like everybody seems to want great snack tips and just all kinds of things just to help us on our journey to make things easier. I just created these amazing muffins that it's fat, fiber, protein, just it encourages us to experiment and make these things so that I have a shortcut snack. And it's just a community too that really makes a difference too, because you're held accountable and you share secrets and you share recipes and just things to help everybody do well. And I really feel that it's like throughout the whole program, Dr. Maggie really cares about us. She
Yeah.
really cares about our success, you know? And that's because Dr. Maggie understands that whole health. It's not just what you eat or supplements or, you know, it's all of it. And it just all paid off. It really, really paid off for me and my family.
Well,
So
what would you say is something that you can do now that you couldn't have dreamed about doing before the program?
eating out more often. You know, I was so afraid to eat. It was just debilitating. She just showed me you are not allergic to all these foods. You just have to fix your digestion. Going to concert, I never wanted to go out late because I'm like, oh, I sleep like crap. Imagine if I go out late. You know, the other night we rode our bikes to a local concert, right? And that's what I love about Florida. You can just ride your bike to a concert in town. And it's like we came home at 1 a.m. I don't do that all the time, but it was really fun not to be inhibited and say, oh, I can't go, it's too late, you know. So it gave me really good, you know, my fun time back,
You're
really.
living your life. You're able
Yeah,
to go out and do those things that you would have
yes,
enjoyed doing before you started feeling so sick. I understand, when people are thinking about joining a program, any program, there's a cost benefit analysis here. And so you're worried, hey, is my money going to be worth it?
absolutely.
Really,
It's
truly.
a great community of people and it's great community. It's just a great program, you know, like all of it. I looked forward to going into my classes, you know, like, okay, what am I going to learn today? You know, it was awesome. And then I have access to all of the videos and the modules and I went back to them because you don't just look at it once and then, okay, I got it. You know, it's very helpful that she has that all accessible to us.
What was your favorite thing about the Transform program?
I love Dr. Maggie. She is so personable and I just enjoyed learning from her. You know, it makes a big difference. And my son always says this all the time, who your teacher is. And I really, really think she did a great job and helped me. It's not just teaching me, but giving me confidence and supporting me and cheering me on. It's amazing. I think she's an excellent teacher. And I think that separates her from a lot of other people that I've learned from.
What would you tell to somebody who is just now watching this video wondering, is this program right for me?
This program will help you. I mean, it has helped me so much. I'm just so grateful that somebody put this together the way Dr. Maggie did, because it is. I mean, if you do the work, you will get results. I'm confident that you will get results. It's really about getting you to a place like Dr. Maggie knows where you need to be, right? And that's what she's trying to accomplish, getting you to where you need to be. And that's huge. That's a huge difference.
Well, I am just so happy for you and your entire family.
I have to.
What a blessing that your mom is
Yes,
going
it
to
is.
have better quality of life. And your
Mhm.
son, it sounds like this is going to be a big game changer for the trajectory of his future as well.
Well, he's feeling really well, and he's actually going to move out next month. So,
Whoa, this is big because you said did you say he's 26 years old?
yeah,
And
yeah.
he's been living at home because he has autism and has been dealing with lots of issues, like you mentioned, insomnia and just not feeling
It
good.
just,
Would you have dreamed that that could help him in such a dramatic way that he would be talking about leaving the house?
I'm like, wow. It's
That's
amazing what I've seen, how if you help people with this program, and of course, I spend my time and energy on people that I love and that are close to me. It's amazing to watch both of them feel better and get better.
congratulations to you and really what you've done for your family.
Yeah.
Amazing. Evelyn's life has done a total turnaround thanks to this program. She came into this program with a knowledge base probably stronger than many people out there because she has a background in nutrition and a background in health. But she wasn't able to learn those nuances, as she said, that Dr. Maggie is truly the only one, it seems, that teaches. And not only by helping herself, but she has now helped her mother and her adult son who has autism and was suffering with some of the same issues, and his life is now turning around too, all because of the knowledge that she gained in this program. If you know somebody who could be helped by this, maybe watch this video, tag them in it and share this. If you haven't yet joined the Transform community on Facebook, go ahead and like that page. Find us on YouTube, find us on Instagram. If you need help, you can reach out to a member of the team and they'll be glad to talk to you about if this resonated with you, what you might be able to gain from the Transform program as well.
Hi, and thank you for watching this video. If you're interested in actively looking for a solution to your problem and you'd like to work with us, I'm going to invite you to go ahead and click the link in the description to book a chat with our team. What that's going to do is it's going to bring you to a calendar. Pick a time that's going to suit your needs best. It's going to be about a 15-minute phone call. After you book that call, there's going to be a link to a short questionnaire. And that's really important for you to fill out because it's for us to get to know you better and helps us to better prepare to make the most of our time together. After you fill out the short application, it's going to take you to a page where there's a couple resources. What I want you to do is go ahead and click 2 of those and watch those 2 trainings. They're going to really best prepare you for your phone call with us to make the best use of our time together. I and my team look forward to talking to you to learn more about you, to see if we are indeed a good fit to work together. Thank you.